Chief here had the great idea to come cover the convention, so we decided we'd do it.
What do you think of Cleveland?
It's been interesting so far. It's been interesting. Are we good? Check, check. 1, 2, 3. We're recording?
Not yet. You're right.
Okay. Okay. So what are you here for today?
Well, I'm here for a couple things. Number one, just to see the spectacle, meet people, talk to people about positions. We are also here as patient advocates. My wife and I are trying to ban the contrast dye that's used in MRIs. They've banned it in Europe. It contains a heavy metal called gadolinium, and we're right here. The pharmaceutical companies seem to be blocking the science, as it were. So we're working with a radiologist out of UNC and the FDA to try to ban that. But in addition to that, I'm just here to listen, see what's going on, and respond to interviews. If you want to ask me about Trump, you can ask me about Trump too.
Well, you say you're here to see the spectacle. What has the spectacle been so far?
Well, number one, the spectacle is a national convention in Cleveland, first time. Number two, national champs in basketball after 52 years of no national champions. And just to see how the city shows itself off. I'm a lifelong suburban Cleveland resident. I think our city is a gem. We've come back a long way, and we're only beginning to come back. So I think this is a great testament to what the will of the people and business working together can bring. And politically speaking, I think the people and business working together is mainly what Hillary is standing for. And I'm not sure what Trump is standing for, other than his own business, personal interest.
You say Hillary's the one who represents the people. How do you feel Hillary best represents the interests of everyday people like yourself?
Well, if you just look at her history, when she came out of law school, she didn't go into a large major law firm.
Is that before or after she got thrown off the Whitewater hearings?
Well, you know, I am not up on all the individual issues around all the candidates, but I believe it was before, I think. I'm not quite sure. But just looking at what she chose to do, she chose to work with children and women issues rather than larger, more money-making issues. And that choice, if someone makes that choice, that tells me something about their character. Everyone makes mistakes. Maybe she made a mistake in judgment with respect to the email issue. I understand that. But as long as you learn from that, admit it, and not make it again, and you show good character by what you actually did, the experience that you've had, the public service that you've shown, not just here in the country, but in the world and her position as Secretary of State. Those are the things that you elect a leader for.
So not a big believer in Benghazi then?
Again, I don't have enough facts, but what I've heard of the facts is that at the time she wasn't able to make all the decisions. She wasn't in control of everything. But what she could control, she did what she could. And the bigger picture of security, maybe that was outside of her control. Again, that's not something I have information on, so I can't speak intelligently about that. I'm looking at the whole body of work, not specific issues that have clouded her candidacy, and I admit they have. I'm looking at the whole body of work. And if I'm looking at the two candidates and the whole body of work as a leader of the free world, I have to choose Hillary versus a businessman that seems to have his own agenda and just issues random statements that inflame. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you say the whole body of issues, body of work. We're talking somebody who made $10 billion versus somebody who was allegedly broke when she left the White House.
I'm not sure what your question is.
Well, Trump is able to turn relatively small amount of money into a lot of money. Hillary Clinton turns embassies into flaming craters and managed to leave the White House with absolutely no money, according to her.
Well, it seems like you're taking a certain position, but when you look at how Trump made money, he declared bankruptcy quite often.
4 times, and they were individual businesses. Never went.
But there's a pattern to that. There's a reason for that. And also, you make money when you decide not to pay your workers. There's plenty of lawsuits on the books with respect to that as well.
Well, if he had not declared bankruptcy, the option would have been to stop paying the workers and just close the doors.
Again, let's wait and see if he ever issues his tax returns and let the facts speak for themselves there.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
Interesting.